Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the 2024 River City Open presented by Discraft. Sponsored by Oakley, we're located in Byron Center, Michigan at Earl Brewer Park. This is your MPO featured card. I'm Brian Popowolf Frawley, and with me is...
I'm Richard Engelmann, but my friends call me Dick. You should too.
Welcome to the first time to the channel. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't be afraid to throw a comment in there and get a notification as well. We have Nick Gill, local gentleman from Michigan, coming in on this card. As well as Clint Calvin, coming in from San Diego, California. Ryan Mulder, coming in from St. John, Indiana. He's a major champion, by the way. We'll learn more about him throughout the broadcast. And rounding out, we have Austen Bates from Whitmore Lake, Michigan, coming off an A-tier win the week prior in Illinois.
That'd be the Forest City Frenzy down in Rockford, Illinois.
Last week got himself a win. Hole 1, here we have 274 feet, slight downhill, par 3. Notice that OB road / walkway on the left, coming into a slightly right side protected green. This is also the 50-50 hole.
Looks like a lot of these guys are going to be lining up a forehand here on this hole. It definitely is planned that way today, especially with this wind. As you can see, it is whipping.
Yeah, the wind was a consistent 20 mile an hour plus with gusts up into the 40s. These players really had to dial in their shots.
Looks like it caught a little early foliage on that one, but he's still got to look from there.
Next to T, representing Team Innova.
Up next we have Clint Calvin. I believe he's Innova sponsored. That's the back of his shirt says. He's going to go with a forehand as well, try to get over those trees.
That's looking a little bit better out of his hand there. You got to swing it out wide to get up close to that hole, and he's rolling up right on circle's edge, inside a little bit.
T, representing Team
Hopefully he knocks
Dynamic
that one down.
Mulder.
Up next we have Ryan Mulder. He's going to throw a forehand as well, it looks like.
Has he gotten even taller, Brian?
Yeah, he's grown since the first time Richard and I announced his name at USADGC a few years back.
Oh, wow. Buzzing the pin, but that should be an easy tap in for him.
Yep, he's inside the bullseye, no stats. And Austen Bates trying to do the forehand as well.
Looking good out of his hand here. Oh! Found the same line, just a little deep, but he gave it a chance for the ace.
I think we're going to have Nick first here. He's very obstructed, down on a knee. Gives it a healthy bid. That settles underneath nicely. Or it doesn't. Sit down.
What?
Okay. Whew.
That was a little dangerous.
So now Nick's putting again. Worst words in disc golf. You're still away. Oh.
Into the headwind. That's rough. Starting off with a bogey on hole 1. Shout out to Josh Weisenauer getting the ace in round 1 on hole 1.
That's got to be nice, stepping up on your first tee of an A-tier and throwing an ace. Congrats to him. He was an ace pool too, we checked.
He got it?
Yeah, he did.
How much did that run?
Well, it had to be split. I don't want to spoil later on, so I'm going to leave that going.
Fair enough. Nice putt there by Austin to close out his birdie there.
Yep, Clint got himself a great birdie as well, and then Ryan's got the closest one. And there we go. So we got 3 birdies on the card and a fortunate bogey for Nick. Nick's a strong player, though. He'll make a recovery.
Yeah, I see him not worrying too much about that, turning around as the round goes on, but that wind was dirty on that comebacker.
So here we go. Hole 2 is a par 3, 312 feet, slightly low ceiling. You'll see people take the gap that the drone took with a turnover backhand if you're right-handed, or you see a lot of forehands out wide as well. It'll be interesting to see how the wind is.
Well, that's looking right at that big tree there. Yeah, that's rough. But he'll still be able to get up and down from there easy enough. Not what he wanted. This is a hole that you should be able to get.
What do you think? This played is one of the easiest holes out there, Rich?
Yeah, it was actually the second easiest hole on the course. It was playing at a 2.78 average, so this is one you definitely want to try to get, especially these top card guys.
Yeah, hole 1 and 2 are two of your easier holes on the course, so get them early, set yourself up going nicely.
That's a nice shot there by Mr. Bates. Looking inside the circle, and let's see if Nick Gill can turn it around on this shot here.
He's turning that zone over, I believe.
A little bit high, but it fought through, and he's parked.
That's a way to go from bogey to hopefully birdie.
That'll take up that bogey and make it turn around here.
Clint's approaching. Finds himself a little backside of circle 1.
Still a little meat on the bone on that one. That'll be a good tester on the second hole here.
Yeah, speaking of a good tester, we got Austen. Looks like circle's edge. There you go. That's a nice confident stroke.
Dead center. He's out to play this weekend.
Ryan's looking at the wind here.
Ooh.
Oh.
Where'd that end up?
And that's a big ramp.
Okay.
It settled down nicely, though.
Here's Calvin to save his par.
Good settle. Way to click it.
Those are those early testers that can get you. So that was good to see him confident with his stroke and hit it dead center on the chains.
Hopefully Ryan can do the same here. Oh. It's tough. He's an experienced player too, even though he's so young, so he'll shake it off. He'll be able to get by it. Nick gets his very easy birdie. Ryan unfortunately walks away with one of them red squares. We're going into hole 3 here. Plays 382, maybe slightly shorter. The ideal gap is right here, going where the drone is on a forehand. If you've got it, landing just past this stump and flaring into that circle. If you push too straight, it is very thick to get out. So players need to be aware of that.
Here comes Bates lining up another forehand. He's been leaning on these a lot this. Ooh.
Big tree kick into force fairway.
You should have a look from there though to get up and down. It's not the worst angle to be. You just don't want to be in the thick stuff on the sides.
Nick's played this hole, I don't know, a million times.
Can he get some ground though?
No,
All right.
he's going to be able to approach though with another forehand, hopefully. See if Clint takes the far wide gap. Nope, up the gut to get the well. Throwing a turnover.
Oh, wow, look at that. He's hold the line. It got through.
It's circle 2, maybe just outside.
The best of the bunch so far. Let's see what young Ryan Mulder can do here.
Plenty of air, don't push too far.
Now let's look some good. Oh, nice.
Yep, and that settles right inside circle 1.
Great shot by Mulder. It's funny seeing these guys with their forehand. He kind of tucks it right behind his head there.
Yeah, he does have a very high drawback, if you will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Seems to work for him.
Touch forehand, and that touched down real well.
Very nice.
Oh, he's got a runway.
You know he's going to run it. That's what Nick Gill does. Oh, almost off the root.
Good settle, though. Inside a foot.
He's got that one?
I think so. I've only missed one of those in my game.
Only once. Never again.
Clint gave it some air. Let's see where Ryan ended up to try to take the 2. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like we're going to get a whole bunch of pars on this one.
I think they call that a star par. Yeah, Mr. Clint had the hardest one, and the rest should be quite easy from here.
As the camera angle changed there to Austen's shot, you saw a branch come down in view. It was very windy, as we mentioned. This is a very well-protected spot from the wind. It's lower in a bowl. The tee area for 4 is in that same bowl. Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels.
From local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
All right, and we're back with hole 4, nicknamed the Candy Cane hole. Looks like a V, if you will, so you're going to head out here a little past 325 feet or so to this landing area. You want to flare skip up this hill as far as possible around the Mando, and now you're playing directly back, if you will, dodging these mature trees, trying to get up inside of the circle. It is a very challenging par 5. I'm excited to watch these players attack it.
The thing about this hole is you really just need to make sure you're just taking a different chunk out of the hole on each shot, because it is a par 5. You can make it a very birdieable hole if you don't get into trouble. This is actually playing as the 5th hardest hole on the course today, and you just have to know your plan and get it out there, just like looks like Nick is gonna do here. Ooh, he might have pulled it right though.
Yep, shout out to Jessica, one of the best volunteers in disc golf out there, trying to help.
There are no lost discs on hole 4, that's for sure.
So we haven't seen either one of these players get around the corner yet. Hopefully Clint can get there. Looks like he forced something overstable over. Let's see if we can get a flare.
No.
Oh, that little tiny tree kicks him backwards towards the fence. Hopefully he's got a good space for a run up.
That's still not the worst position to be in. You can get around that corner. Here's Mulder. Oh, that's a low release.
And
He's
he
gonna
is
have some work to
very
do.
far behind the Mando. Let's see how he attacks this corner now.
Looks like he's just going to do a little approach shot to the corner. Yep. That's smart.
Trying to find the landing zone. He pushes up there. He's going to have an option. Now Nick's way right. He's going to try to turn a forehand over up the hill and find the landing zone.
Oh, there you go.
He does. Gets out closer to 5's fairway. He's going to have a look to get in there safely for sure.
Yeah, he got a bit of a roll there, but he definitely has a safe approach to get up and down for birdie. What's Austen doing? He going roller?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And it worked.
Yep, he's on flat ground, and that's what you're looking for.
And the best drive of the bunch, but he's still not in the best spot.
There is lots of trees and not many lanes right there, so sometimes things like this happen.
He
We'll
did
reset.
not like it right away, obviously. That's better. Get around it.
Yep, he's pushing, taking a good amount of distance
All
off,
right.
and he's going to be out in the open.
That was only his 3rd shot, so he's still looking at par.
Yep. Maybe even a healthy bit of birdie.
Yeah,
from
we'll see
200
how
out.
aggressive he wants to get.
Ryan goes just over the hill.
Oh, did that skip? I think that skipped off that hill. No way.
And lands in circle, flares out into circle 2. That just shows how much power that young man has.
I'm pretty sure that hit off that hill.
Settles down nicely,
Perfect.
bullseye's edge. Great shot by Nick there. Alright, Austin's got probably the best play for birdie right now. After his roller up the hill, this is his 3rd shot. Keep coming. Yeah.
He gave it a half bid there.
Alright. I'd love to see that.
Not worried about the win on that approach. He gave it a go.
Alright, now that we have seen all the players' 3rd shots, shout out to the only eagle on this hole during round 1. And that was Mr. Sam Spiegel.
Man, that's got to be a hell of a drive or a throw-in from the fairway, because that is a real tough eagle there.
Oh.
Another low miss from Mulder.
I know there's a lot of wind out there. Hopefully you can find his putting stroke. There we go, Austen. He gets 3 out of the first 4. That's a great start. Clint cleaning up his par here, I believe. Oh, boy. Alright. There we go. Birdie
Another
for Nick.
birdie, and then Mulder. Another par. He's not happy with his putting so far, you can tell.
Alright, hole 5 is a par 4, 667 feet with a slight uphill ending. Do note that the green is slanted, high end right, low end left, so the right hand backhand approach sometimes does have a tendency to skip and flare away from the basket. Really just want to have a clean shot off the tee, and a lot of players throw a forehand approach in for the hole.
The name of the game on this drive is get it as far as you can. Just throw something low and hard. This one seems to be rising up. Let's see if we can fight through the branches. Oh, made it through. That's not a bad spot to be.
No,
as long as you get a full flight, you're looking good.
That's an ideal spot to be. Hole 5 did end up playing as one of the easier holes in the bottom 3 as far as difficulty. So hopefully all these players can keep staying on track or get back on track. Nick's got to miss the big one. He does.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. Right parallel there to Austen.
Well, now let's see. I haven't seen Clint Calvin too much. Let's see what kind of power this guy can bring today.
Looks like that's inside.
That's the mess you do not want to have.
But that stays out of all the cabbage, and he's going to be okay.
You think he's got a lean out from there with the
I think
forehand?
so.
All right.
We'll see.
And we know this kid can bomb, and he finally got one up high enough.
Oh.
That's still took a lot of distance off on this hole.
All right. Clint's got a run up, so that's great. Hopefully he can throw it in the circle 2 there, or circle 1 maybe.
Clean out of his hand. Ooh.
Oh,
What
baby.
through
Gotta
the
settle.
bullseye, but still circle's edge, I think.
Great angle from the cameraman
yeah.
right there. Shout out. Ryan's going to go with that forehand approach and try to land going against the hill, if you will.
Well, what's the strategy behind that? What's the difference?
Well, when you're coming in right hand, backhand, and you flare with the grain of the hill, you're going to flare further away because of gravity.
And as you can see, he did that beautifully. He came right into the hill and don't have to worry about the flip and the flare, if you will.
Nick's going to hopefully do the same here. Oh, got a little bit of tree, but the best part about that kick is it still leaves him inside of circle 2. Now we'll see Austen's approach. He's going with the forehand too. He's got a little bit wider lane. Gotta get up that hill. Oh, good settle. About an 18-20 footer.
Doesn't seem to be too much wind in there for these guys right now, but
That's it. That's the last spot on the course. There isn't wind.
it's about to get interesting, folks.
For sure. You see a little wind moving on Clint's shirt there. Great birdie.
There we go.
That's great. Keeping the scorecard clean still.
All right, to keep the lead on the card, Austen.
Yee. Good catch, basket. Good catch.
Never a doubt there. Never a doubt. And to finish up here, Mulder.
Oof.
Oh,
All right. Well, it works out for anyone, I guess. And we're on to hole 6, my favorite hole on the course personally. It's a par 4, 579. Note that the right side and the left side is OB. They're making this hole way more difficult. For those of you that seen coverage of like pro states or something like that on this channel, this one's playing way more difficult. Interested to see how the players attack it. They're really throwing to a landing zone kind of over the bridge left of that big tree in the center of your screen if you see it.
Up first is Bates. Nice and flat. If that gets past that big tree, yes it does.
That is perfect.
Oh, you couldn't ask for better than that. That's great.
I actually got a practice round in with Austen this week during this event, and he threw a drive a couple times on that hole and it looked great, so I hope that was his drive.
Ooh, he kind of turned it over to the right a little bit, but...
Takes the inside gap and stays away from that OB flag.
Wow. He was flirting with it, but that's not a bad spot to be either. He got max distance out of that.
Yeah, he'll have a little forehand approach, I think, into the green.
Here's Calvin. Wow, he's fading out left. We got the spotters there. We got the green flag.
No, it's not a flag. Look what's in his hand.
What is it?
It's a disc. Part of the spotters and volunteers rewards was they got a red disc and a green disc to help out on the course. Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
Shout out to Eric Thwaites and Jessica Westman and Adam Roos, who were the main volunteer coordinators for this event. Ryan does the same thing.
Wow, I mean, that's risky, but if you're going the quickest way to get there, you got to go up the right side.
All right. There's a red layout on this course, too. That's the tee pad you see that Clint's running off of.
Do you think that's messing up his approach on this?
I know that it would probably bother me. There's probably a little bit of a drop-off right after that, so his footwork looked great, though. And that is... ding, fries are done.
I don't think his footwork was messed up at all.
Well, he's a professional, and we're super hams.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
We would have tripped on our face. Here's Bates. Should be pretty simple.
A little high. Hope it settles.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got that.
All right. I think it's going to be Nick next.
Yeah, and the two men that flirted with the OB.
Let's go. Maybe a little magnet toss up there?
Ooh, he gave it a run.
Love He's been known to throw the magnet for the long putters.
He does like to run them. We'll see what he's got coming back, though. That's not going to be fun for him. Going to the sidearm here. What's he throwing there, you know?
It's probably a harp.
Yeah. Perfect. Nice and easy for the young gun.
All right, looks like Austin's the furthest one out.
Ooh. Low dead center. Got it over that cage. Looks like the rest of these guys will be tapping out, but Nick Gill, I think, might be... Yeah, he's still got a tester, but that's pretty easy for him, too. There you go.
Good birdie for him. That bogey from hole one's long ago now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He more than took care of that by now. He's doing great, sitting at 3 down.
Yep.
Still chasing Mr. Bates at 5 under. He's been almost flawless with only 1 par and 5 birdies. And heading into hole 7, that's a great start.
We've got OB on the right. This island that you're flying by on your left is OB, and the left side of the fairway going all the way into the woods is also OB. The players want to hit the center gap or throw a forehand all the way around the island, which is a tricky angle. OB does come into play a lot here. I'm interested to see how the players attack this.
Seems like they're going to just take that low route with the backhand, especially with the wind. It would be really tough to figure out how to throw that forehand out there.
Austin's putting it in the air. Hopefully,
seems like it's high, but
ooh, settles safe.
It's safe at least. He got past the island.
At 613 feet, a lot of these guys can rip off 2/3 of that going downhill in one shot as long as they're hitting that gap. Ooh, Nick looks like he's going a little high as well.
Oh, is it going to fade out?
Oh, not see that. We get the yellow square out of bounds.
That's tough, and we're going to have to see where they spot that as a group because I don't think that was inbounds for too long.
Clint keeps it lower. I like this.
That's the line I was thinking they'd all do.
It's just got to stop and settle. You don't want it to flare to that left OB line that you can see just barely over there between the grass changing colors.
Yeah, they weren't getting a lot of skips out there this weekend, though. That grass is still pretty thick.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Push through.
Ryan's got to kick out.
He's
Oh, almost got a
watch out.
cameraman.
Watch out, cameraman.
All right, so Nick's going to...
We're going to have to see where he went out. Where are they going to give him?
That's... You know, it's just past the...
That seems fair right there.
Yep, the island. He's going to have an approach to either go over the trees or through the short tunnel.
Oh. All right. I didn't quite see it coming in, but I saw it flashing. I think he's about circle's edge.
Note for the viewers, the OB on the right side does end at about circle 2. That's important to note.
Yeah.
All right, Austen going up and over everything. Or around in this case. That wind is crazy.
I think
Great
he knows
setup.
what he's doing, though. Great upshot by him. He's looking at an easy birdie. Getting 6 out of 7 if you can knock that down.
Clint looks like he's going to throw a forehand as well.
This looks like he might be going up the middle. Nope.
Swing and a miss there, Richard. Good try, though.
Yeah, he's...
That's a nice pro move as well.
Maybe on top of Austen's disc.
All right. And then here we go, Ryan. He's going up, over, around, all of the above, almost straight up and down as it comes into the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of angle. Not bad to get a clean look at the bucket, at least from where he was. That wind's pretty noticeable coming in.
This is a safe par. He can
Yep.
still salvage it. Let's see.
Oh! Alright, I think we're going to have Ryan next. Yep.
Yeah.
This is a tough putt with the wind moving around right there at the edge of the field.
Oh,
Nice putt.
He doesn't care about your wind.
That's
Knocking
good.
it down for the young buck. Getting to 3 under.
Yeah, a little
on the
turkey
round.
going on.
Gobble, gobble. Gill for bogey. There you go.
He wraps it up.
It's unfortunate, but that's the risk when you try to turn one over on this hole. You gotta really be wary of that right side OB.
Yep. Just could have been a little bit extra wind out there and saw that flight plate and just pushed it over. Clint's got a little turkey going for himself as well, and Austen's trying to get himself a ham bone. Boom. There we go.
Mhm.
That is great. Moving into hole 8. Hole 8 is going to be interesting with the wind. It is
Here we go.
420 feet uphill. There is OB left in this case, going into 7's fairway. And there is a lot of crosswind. They have to throw the disc in the air, and that's going to expose it to the wind. Let's see. You want to gamble? Who do you think gets CTP?
I'm going to go with Nick Gill.
All right. I'm going to take Ryan.
It's not going to be him.
Austen,
Turned it over. Pretty
hoping
good.
for that hyzer
Yeah.
back.
All right. I'm glad I didn't take Bates.
It's all right.
But
This whole I've
awesome.
never birdied from the long. Don't
Right.
think I ever will.
I saw an ace from shorts there last year.
Well, it's pretty exciting.
Here goes Calvin. Looks like a better line here. Ooh, that might be too high, though. I don't think he's got enough juice on it.
Yeah, it looks like the wind kind of stopped that and pushed it down. He's going to be circle 2-ish.
Yeah, give it 45 feet or so.
All right, Ryan. I called you for the CTP.
Nick Gill's just seeing how close he has to get for me. Get that dollar. That looks pretty good. He's got a nice low line on it. That's what you need to do to cut against that wind. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, current CTP. We got a replay. Oh, shout out Disc Golf Threads. Thank them. They've got some great jerseys up there. watch this play into that wind. Keeps it nice and low.
That's what you need, folks. When you're going to that headwind, you got to keep it nice and low and flat and trust your disc to come back. And that's what Mulder did here.
Bam. That looks so nice.
Good little skip, too.
Yeah, I think he had the good range on that one.
Absolutely.
All right, your boy Nick.
Yeah, here we go. He's going to do the same thing, but better. Ooh, baby. Oh, he's following the Bates track.
Yeah. All right.
$1 down.
$1 down.
It'll go to some sort of...
Grand Rapids Disc Golfers United charity.
Some sort of charity.
Austen with a outside circle 2, I think.
Looks like he might run it, though. Yeah? Why wouldn't you?
Ooh. Settle.
All right.
Shout out to Austin's caddy and the purple swag there. Nick, Chris is one of the nicest guys in the disc golf world. He's volunteered for many events. Nick can't find the bucket either. Clint's going to be at that 40-45 mark like you called.
Yeah, he's got the wind a little bit like a better situation over here, and he can go run it up the hill and knock it down, though. That tailwind will get you.
All right. Austin saved par.
Mulder must be real close, then.
There we go. I think Chris was taking a photo of him, too. It's good for the social media, good for the brand.
Put it on the Insta, Chris. Mulder for deuce, buddy.
Corner pocket.
Woo!
We count it.
Making us all tighten up a little here. Jeez.
All right. Clint gets his par, and Nick's cleaning up for his par. Which brings us to hole 9, which played as Richard.
This is the easiest hole on the course. This is a must-get hole here.
It's 287-foot blind shot to a basket right at the edge of the hill. Most people are throwing the right-hand backhand approach, and you want to stop a route right here. That hill is very much not fun. It is not shown well on that drone coverage. It is a good 30 to 45-foot slope rolling back towards an OB line.
Why do you think he's throwing forehand here versus the backhand?
Might be a confidence in his touch,
Yeah.
and that
That'll
just
work.
settled well for him, so who are we to judge?
I know. We'll take a 15-footer. Looks like he's doing it too. It's weird. These guys all have great backhands, so there must be some sort of...
Maybe they're using the tree to aim better.
Yeah, maybe.
Or it could just be the way the wind was playing, that the forehand is a more reliable shot at that time. Austin's a little wide. He's got us lay down, fall towards it. Yeah!
Wow.
I love to see that. Great settle.
All right, here's a backhand. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, doesn't look happy. Oh! Sit
Where's the basket?
behind him.
Okay.
Must have been a wind thing, all these gents picking the forehand. Wow, that went way high.
Yeah, gotta watch out for a roll here. Oh,
Settled.
jinx.
But Nick and Clint are going to have putts going right at that hill.
Yeah, this is one where you might just think about laying up, which is what he just did there.
Yep, great settle down for him. Tap your 3 in and walk away.
It's a smart move. Sometimes you just have to take your medicine, even though it is a birdie hole, just, you know. But look at Calvin. He's going for it. Oh, and yeah, there may be the reason why you don't go for it. We'll see. He's still away.
He's got a big uphill putt. Lower ceiling maybe, if the branches are hanging over him as well. Well, at least it's set.
Yeah.
Didn't
That
roll
could
back
have
down and add insult to injury.
Could have been even more disastrous.
Austen to make it 7 down on the front 9. That is how you start a big A tier, buddy.
Homeboy's on a heater.
Ryan to go to 5 down. Nick's going to tap in to go to 2 down. And unfortunately, Clint's going to give one back and go to 3 down. Let's check in with their overall scores. As we just said, Austen had a fantastic front 9. Ryan took off that early bogey on hole 2 and came back for a -5. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Richard, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And we'll see you here soon for the back 9. As always, special shout out to our Patreon friends. Recognize some names up there. You can always see some cool bonus coverage on Patreon.
We'll see you on the back 9.